Welcome back to The Breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at Anchor.fm. This is a great podcasting hosting service run by Spotify that allows creators to host content, have a lot of powerful tools to make a podcast and easily put it out there for people to find. Now we're going to be breaking down both the good and the bad. For me, I recently switched to Anchor.fm when I relaunched new podcasts this year, and I've been doing podcasting for quite a few years. So it was good for me, but everybody's needs are different. So I hope that this video will help you decide if Anchor.fm is a good fit for you. If it meets your needs, we'll hopefully answer those questions for you. If you're new here, first though, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. Hopefully we can help you learn something new. All right, so let's get into it. Anchor.fm is a podcasting service that allows you to host your podcast, does all the creating of the RSS feed, even will submit it to different services for you to help you get it. All you need to do is create the content and more. So what are some good things about it? What are some bad things about it? We're going to be breaking down the list here. Got a few notes here. I'm going to make sure I don't miss anything. But if you use Anchor.fm and you like it, don't like it, leave me a comment. I'll love to hear from you. But let's start off with the 5 reasons to like the service. Number 1, it's free. Podcasting hosting was very expensive early on. It's come down and cost a lot, but many services still charge a lot for podcast hosting. Anchor.fm is free. Spotify says with their massive sound hosting through Spotify, hosting these podcasts are very small, and they would make up the money by having ads and splitting some of the ad revenue for you. I'll explain that in a little bit more. So especially if you're a small podcaster looking to get started, don't pay a lot for hosting. Do it through Anchor.fm. All right. Number 2, auto-submit your podcast to multiple platforms, including Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many more. Now, one of the annoying things of being a podcaster is there's so many different apps out there. Now, Anchor.fm does not submit to all of them. TuneIn, mysteriously, is a big one, not included, but it will submit your podcast to many of the most popular apps out there, making getting new podcasts up a lot easier, especially for the new podcaster who may not know how to do that, how to submit it to Google, submit it to different platforms out there. So keep that in mind. Number 3, help with finding ads, especially when you grow big. Now, they do have a stock ad for Anchor.fm you can put in, but as you grow, they will try to help match you with advertisers. They take a cut of it, like many services out there do this. Now, most podcasts that are small, mid-size, don't get a lot of big advertisers knocking on their door. So to have them come out here and knock on your door and have you come and split advertising revenue is good business there. Now, if you have your own ad sales you're doing, make sure you're not violating any of their terms of service through that. But if you're like me, looking for free, cheap hosting, that's a great way to do it to get started. Now, honestly, if you're new to podcasting and you're just getting started, don't put ads on your podcast. I'll be very honest with you. Start off without ads, build your audience slowly, put a few ads in and build up there. Don't rush into ads too fast. It can scare away a lot of people if you feel like you're overly pounding them with ads. All right, number 4, easy to understand statistics. Now, I've used other hosting companies that do have statistics with their hosting. I thought Anchor.fm's stats were very good. Give you an idea how many listeners, how many people are actually subscribed, roughly where they're from, and some demographic issues or information. This is the kind of info you need when you want to go sell it to advertisers and say, hey, here's how many people are subscribed, here's how many average downloads, here's how many we got in the last month. So much percentage from the US and more. And they do that from IPs. When you download it, you pull it from an IP, and they can say that IP is located in the United States, it's located in Australia, it's located in the UK, for example. And they can track that way, which is very important to advertisers when that time comes for you to get advertisers. Number 5, this one's big, free audio effects and free music. Now, this has a huge library and even has an editor where you can record your audio from your microphone for a podcast, and then you can add in ad breaks, you can add in music, you can add in sound effects through their system, and it's royalty free that you can actually do that and not get in trouble with using stuff you shouldn't be using. Just finding a sound effect online or finding music online doesn't mean you necessarily have the rights to use it in a podcast, so keep that in mind. But the downside to it a little bit is Unlike a lot of these information ones where you can download it, like YouTube has this feature where they give you sound effects and music clips that you can use royalty free. You can download it, put it into your own editing software. Through Anchor.fm, it can be kind of done. It's a little cumbersome to do it through there, so it wasn't a straight download. Did I miss that? Is there some download way to get that out and put it into your own editing program? Leave me a comment, let me know. But the ability to have that, the ability to put Spotify music into it, the ability to have some basic sound effects, some transitions, maybe during segments in the podcast, really cool, really like that. So great ability, very easy drag and drop features to edit and make a professional sounding podcast with that. And a bonus feature is they also have a way for people to call in and leave voicemails. So you probably listen to podcasts where they play a voicemail from a listener and they respond to it. Anchor.fm has that ability in there where you can allow people to leave a voicemail, drop it in there, and then answer it. Now, a few bad things here. Number one being is if you have multiple podcasts, you can't right now have multiple podcasts on one account. Now, if you're somebody with 4 or 5 or 6 podcasts, you're kind of a little mini network of podcasting. Having to have 4 or 5, 6 different accounts to manage each one of those can be a little bit of annoying. I won't lie. That seems like a major fail on Anchor.fm. I hope they address that. But right now I have multiple accounts for multiple podcasts. So keep that in mind. And you can export it, you can transfer, you can switch. But keep in mind that when you get locked in, people get used to that and more. Really understand the terms and conditions. Be interested to see if in 5 years Anchor.fm is still free. If it's not, you can always transfer to other services and more. They do kind of actually have a way to transfer out, and they do have ways to try to help you transfer in. Some podcasting services are favorable to helping you move your feed from one service to the next. Some are actually not, and they kind of try to lock you in, saying, well, you got to keep paying us or you're going to lose all your subscribers. They're going to have to resubscribe to you. Keep that in mind. Overall, though, I like it. It even has the ability to help you make some cover art. If you're not a very good artist, they have a couple default images you can pull from. You can upload any image you want. You can have some text. It's basic, but it actually produces a halfway decent theme for your cover art on your podcast. So keep that in mind. Now, overall, a lot of people freak out about having to split ad revenue. That's pretty basic. Honestly, if you're a small, mid-sized podcaster, trying to get ad deals are typically done through brokers. These brokers make a big deal with, let's say, a big company like Amazon or Google to promote a product, and they say, we'll find 100 podcasts that talk about technology and try to match you with those. That's pretty typical. You really have to kind of grow into a large one or have an ultra niche market that you're well known within to attract advertisers yourself of anything of any substantial size. So keep that in mind. It's actually harder than you think to get advertising. Trust me, I lived off advertising for many years. So keep that all in mind. I hope that all helps you. I hope this answers a lot of your questions. If you're thinking about using Anchor FM, let me know if you decide to. If you do and you like it or don't like it, I want to hear those stories too. If you like this video, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it allows YouTube to know that you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you learn something new. So until next time, take care everybody, be safe, and thank you for your support.